We all know that good lighting makes a huge difference when you're working at a desk, especially if you spend hours on end staring at a screen. A monitor light bar is a great way to light up the desk, but also as a task light when working on projects. You probably have seen the super high-end ones, and I've been especially interested in the BenQ light bars. And by that I mean I wanted to make my own version for a fraction of the price. So I got a FCOB LED strip with warm and cold white to be able to change the color temperature and got to work. Hi, welcome to Made by Jade. In this video I'll show you the design process and some mistakes that I made, and later on I'll explore a few ways to control this type of LED strip. The goals for this project were quite simple. The light bar needs to be mounted on top of the monitor in such a way that it does not interfere with the camera of the monitor, have adjustable color temperature and brightness. I used Onshape to design this light bar, starting with the side profile drawing. That's basically a circle with a cutout for the diffuser, a place to glue the LEDs, and a hollowed section to route the cables. Then it was a matter of extruding it to the needed dimensions. Since I would not be able to print these in one piece, I divided it into three. The cables can be routed through the middle one. I still have a lot of diffuser material from a TV that broke last year, so I cut it to size to use it here. Then came the tricky part, the mount to the monitor. I went through several iterations. It had to fit my specific monitor and also allow the light to be centered or slightly off-centered. Eventually, I got a design that worked. I 3D printed everything in matte black PLA from Bamboo Lab, which I think looks really clean on a desk setup, but while assembling it, I made a few mistakes. I glued the parts together and completely forgot about the diffuser, and once I realized that, I also realized that I couldn't glue the LEDs and insert the diffuser. So back to the drawing board, or in this case, back to Onshape. I made a few small modifications to the base while keeping the same overall shape, and just had to reprint part of it. Now I can glue the LED strip first, and then slide the diffuser in afterwards. Much better. The design supports LED strips up to 11mm wide, and as I mentioned before, for this project I'm using a FCOB LED strip with both warm and cold white LEDs. It has three connections: power 5 volts, warm white and cold white. This strip actually came with a small controller that lets you switch between warm, cold or both, but it has one big limitation: it can't dim the brightness. And for a monitor light, brightness control is kinda essential. Sure, you can buy a controller that does both brightness and color temperature control. I even have one of those in the old ring light that I tried to use to fill my drawings. But if you're not over-engineering simple things, are you even a maker? So I decided to build my own controller using an ESP32. It's a tiny, inexpensive microcontroller that can do a lot, including Wi-Fi and smart home integration. But first, we need to solve basic dimming. To dim the brightness of the LEDs, we don't actually change the voltage. Instead, we use something called PWM, pulse width modulation. The idea is simple. The LEDs are turned on and off very quickly. By changing how long they stay on versus off, which is called the duty cycle, we can change how bright they appear to our eyes. Now, the duty cycle can be changed in many ways. For this project, I'm using a rotary encoder. A rotary encoder detects both direction and steps as you rotate it, and it also has a push button built into the center. In brightness mode, turning the encoder to the left decreases the brightness and turning to the right increases it. If I press the button, the encoder switches to color temperature control, and now turning left reduces the cold white channel and turning right reduces the warm white channel. This lets me smoothly adjust from warm, cozy light to cooler, more focused light. But why stop here? Having an ESP32 for the controller means I can connect it to the Wi-Fi, and so control it and automate it using Home Assistant. To keep the functionality of the rotary encoder, I went with ESPHome, but you can also go with WLED. Well, this is more of a prototype. I'm not going to keep this breadboard at my desk. For now, I guess I'll be using the stock controller, but I'm thinking of designing a small PCB with smaller components for this. And maybe I'll revisit my video keylight project and make a white LED version. Let me know if that would be interesting to you. I'll leave the links for the components and models that I use. Feel free to use them. I hope you enjoyed following along this, and I hope it inspired you to do something similar. And consider subscribing for more DIY 3D printing and home assistant projects. Until next time, bye!